Are you a huge fan of cherry fragrances like I am? I know it's a tricky note because sometimes it could be a little bit too cough syrupy, sometimes it's a little too almondy, sometimes it's a little too cherry, like maraschino cherries. But I actually have some really good fragrances that are in the cherry bloodline or cherry fragrances that I think you need to get your nose on. So if you're interested, let's get started. My cherry collection is not as crazy as some other people's, but I think that what I have in my collection I absolutely love. This is called Cherry Ambition. This fragrance is really, really pretty. It's a beautiful take of cherry. It is very literal. I find that it's very easy to wear. And if you're looking for a cherry fragrance that's not too almondy or not too cough syrupy or not too boozy or anything like that, this will be the one for you. So this is by the Seven Virtues and it's called Cherry Ambition. A cherry fragrance I have not really talked a lot about recently. I still have it in my collection, and this is Rue Smoking. This is by BDK Parfums. Really enjoyed wearing this when I was wearing it a lot, but then I got other cherry fragrances in my collection that I started paying more attention to. When I'm wearing this, I do not necessarily need to layer it with anything else to get longevity or anything on my skin because it actually performs really well. So this is Rue Smoking, and this is by BDK Parfums. The fragrance that had everybody talking cherry was this, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. This is one of the, well, it's the original. It's what kicked off all the dupes, all the inspired by, all the other cherries. Tom Ford fragrances started this, and it is such a beautiful fragrance. Now, there are other flankers to this line. I do not have them. I still prefer this one the best. I really love the way I smell when I wear it, and I always get compliments when I wear it. Now, it does not last on my skin very long, so what I do is I layer. What I mean by layering is not the typical way to layer, where you put on the oils and the creams and whatnot. What I would do is I would put Lost Cherry on my skin, then I would put it on my clothes, and then I would put it on my outer jacket. So my outer gear. So that way, whenever I'm moving around, whatever state of clothing I'm in, you're gonna smell it, okay? So this is Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, and this is the originator of the absolutely gorgeous cherry fragrances. A cherry fragrance that was inspired, I think, by Lost Cherry is this, and I absolutely love this now. This is my son's favorite Kayali. This is Lovefest Burning Cherry. It is very close to me. I think it's very close to Lost Cherry. The woody vibes in this one is a little more pronounced than in the Lost Cherry. Now, Lovefest Burning Cherry, I absolutely love layering Lost Cherry with this fragrance as well. I don't necessarily need to, but I like those two now. So this is Lovefest Burning Cherry. This is by Kayali. I don't hear a lot of people talking about too much anymore. It's a beautiful cherry fragrance. It's I Want You Forever. This is by Jimmy Choo. This is a fragrance that I find is very easy to wear. It's very casual, very relaxed. The cherry is not too pronounced in there for me. So I find that when I want a cherry, I just want to smell a little cherry. I don't want to smell it like cherry. I pull out this fragrance. Now, as you can see, there is a slight dent in here. I have a ton of fragrances. So whenever I see a dent in a fragrance, I am happy about it. But I actually really like this. So this is I Want You Forever, and this is by Jimmy Choo. Here is a beautifully blended cherry. This is Boadicea the Victorious. This fragrance was very much the rage when it first was released. Now, not too many people talking about it because there are so many other cherries on the market. It does not smell like too unique, okay, as cherries go, but I find it to be quite enjoyable to wear, very elegant. The price point is quite high, so I would say you get the same vibe with fragrances that are a little lesser in price point, but I'm glad to own it. I'm just not going to be buying another bottle. As you can see, there's a dent in here already, and because of the price point, no, I'm not going to do that. But I love it, and I will recommend it, okay, as one of the best cherries in my collection. Now, this is the fragrance I do not hear a lot of people, or I don't see a lot of videos or reviews on it. This is by Gleam London. This is a fragrance that if you like cherry, and you know that you like the sort of gourmand-esque vibe of cherry, you'll want this. It is so pretty. It has very slight powdery vibes, but it's mostly, in my opinion, a sort of an icy cherry. Even when I spray it on my skin, the way it feels when it comes off. Some fragrances feel warm. This one feels sort of icy. And I know that's not a descriptive that a lot of people talk about, but that's how I feel. Like if you took cherry out of the refrigerator, right, and you put like maybe some powdered sugar on it, some powdered brown sugar, or, you know, an alternative substitute or whatever the case is. Yes, that's what I get with this. Not so much of the nutty vibe, not so much of the lipsticky vibe. I do not get cough syrup with it. I just think it's a beautiful fragrance. Not to mention the fact that it lasts really good on the skin because it's an extrait de parfum. When I sprayed this, when we were in Italy, and I sprayed this, my husband was immediately yes. He was like immediately yes. So this is called Cherry Hook. And this fragrance is by Gleam London. This is a cherry that I find to be quite polarizing. A lot of people do not like this. A lot of people like it. This is French Defense by Mind Games. French Defense by Mind Games happens to be a fragrance that I find that gives me a soft, creamy cherry. If you're looking for a cherry that's not too almondy, not too powdery, not too sweet, you know, not too all of those things, it's just there, it's just soft, and it just smells like elegant, I think this is a good one. Get your nose on this, walk into your Neiman Marcus or your Saks or wherever and get your nose on French Defense if you like cherry, and let me know down in the comments what you think about it. But I really enjoy it. So much so I have 2 bottles. I tell y'all not to buy, you know, back and buy, but yeah, your girl did, okay? So this is French Defense, and this fragrance is by Mind Games. I was debating what I was going to say about these 2 fragrances, whether I wanted to share them with you guys or not, but I decided to do so. So if you have them in your collection, please pull them out and wear them. This is by Proad, these 2. This is Cherry Syrup Intense, and this is Cherry Syrup Green. Both of these fragrances are beautiful on the skin. I wish that Proad would bring them back, because a lot of people who I let sample them, or, you know, like I sent decants for and stuff, they were like, oh my God, I really like these fragrances. So in my recommendation, Proad, why you cutting off your money makers, okay? Cherry Syrup Intense is the bomb.com. It is like a mix between Lost Cherry and Baccarat Rouge, the extrait version. That's how good this smells. This one has a little bit of, I would say, Lost Cherry in it, but you get more of an apple green sort of vibe. So it's more of a wearable cherry, especially if you like fragrances that are not too sweet. So this is the Cherry Syrup Green. So these 2 by Proad, y'all need to bring these back. I truly enjoy wearing the cherry note in fragrances. I really enjoy these fragrances too. In fact, they're actually some of my favorite fragrances in my collection. If you love cherry as much as I do, let me know down in the comments what your favorite cherry fragrances are. For those of you new to this channel, my name is Pamela, and I love talking about luxury fragrances, luxury beauty, luxury skincare, aging gracefully, aging glamorously, and all the things. I love talking about it. So if that's your vibe, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you are on other platforms, I am the Pamela Jordan across all platforms. So feel free to follow me over there as well if that's your vibe. I really enjoyed the fact that you guys hung out with me today, and I appreciate you so very much. Please take care of yourself and each other, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.